So welcome everybody to this workshop that we have a very special workshop actually today because it is hosted by one of our very own SDSU students and also a team that's being started out of the Rec Innovation Lab at San Diego Miramar College, and we're just so happy to be able to provide you with this workshop today. We have Isaac, who's going to be hosting the workshop, and then we also have the team with him. And Isaac, would you like to introduce yourself and the rest of the team, Mike and Adriana?
Yeah, sure. Hi everyone, I'm Isaac Javed, and I am one of the founders of Bridge. I also am the Vice President of the Entrepreneur Society at San Diego State and a student founder here at the Miramar program.
And wonderful. And then you want to introduce us to the rest of the team just quickly?
So this is Mike, and I'll let Mike give a little explanation about himself.
Great.
Of course. Hi, everybody. My name is Michael Gisavich. I'm a co-founder and current CTO of Bridge. And we've been working on this since April by now. So
awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Mike. Adriana, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Adriana. I'm an intern here at the REC, and I joined the Bridge team in June, and I do marketing.
Thank you. Great. So then, did we get everybody on the team here today, Isaac?
Yeah, Enzo is unable to make it right now. He might show up late, but yeah, that's the team.
The core team. Wonderful, wonderful, great. So great, and it looks like most of the people who are trying to get over, at least we've had enough of them were able to find their way here. So we can go ahead and get started with the workshop if you'd like. I'll go ahead and pass it over to you and let you talk to the audience about what we're here for today.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, I'm just going to share my screen with you guys. Perfect. So this isn't just a workshop really about Bridge. This is a social media workshop of how different companies are able to utilize and leverage social media and how we've been able to do it for ourselves so that we can give you guys kind of a better idea if a platform's right for you. And we've gotten a few questions kind of just from other founders asking us about like TikTok and YouTube and just Facebook and like what they should use. So hopefully that can get cleared up a bit today, and we're going to go over all of that. So hi, I'm Isaac Javed. I'm the CEO of Bridge. If you wanted to scan this code, this is all my social media. Feel free to add me on LinkedIn, add me on whatever platform. I think I have about 10 on there, 9 or 10. So feel free to connect with me anywhere. I'd love to talk to you guys. So let's get into it. So let's start with Facebook. So why do companies use Facebook? Well, it's great for creating long-term oriented relationships through one-on-one customer engagement. So Facebook is a great way for businesses to talk directly to their customers. They can comment directly on their posts, reply to them, message them. A lot of big companies use this. Like I personally was using this when I was talking to the airlines, trying to get some flights refunded because of the pandemic. And I was able to communicate with the companies through this. So if that's something that you want to have your platform be able to do, Facebook is a great way to do that. Also, Facebook is really good with their insights, and it helps understand the demographic of what your customer is. So this is really good, especially if you have a great understanding of what your target customer is. Facebook is able to pinpoint that exact person, get them right where you would want them. If they're thinking about possibly buying a new car, but they want to find a used car that's white, and like you can target that exact specific thing in that area, that demographic, their income, their gender, pretty much anything. It's honestly kind of crazy what metrics Facebook uses. So let me continue on and talk a little bit more about them. They also are the biggest platform. They have the largest active user base of 2.5 billion users, which is absolutely mind-boggling. And this just makes Facebook a powerhouse. If you want to go into a pool of getting customers, it's the largest one out there. Also, my recommendation to any business is just make a Facebook business page. It's free. There's no point in not doing it. You might as well just have it in case someone on Facebook discovers you. It's just a good way to generate more organic traffic. Moving on, I'm going to talk about Twitter. So for us personally, we're not using Twitter a ton. We do have a Twitter account, but it's not one of our primary reaches. But Twitter is a great way to build your brand awareness. You can do this through advertising, hashtag marketing, and your promoted tweets. So In my personal opinion, I think Facebook has a lot better of a targeting system, but Twitter also does have that. So if you can find more of like a niche topic of discussing some things or more of a specific thing that's trending on Twitter, it's a great way to reach out to that audience. And it's another great way to facilitate customer interaction. So you can actually tweet back to your customers. You can create threads. It's a great way to build up that engagement. We'll move on to Instagram. So Instagram, much similar to Facebook, has a really large outreach. Not 2.6 billion, but has 500 million active users. And I'm sure many of you are familiar with Instagram. It's one of probably the most used platforms for business. And actually 72% of Instagram users buy products through Instagram. And companies can make money directly through the Instagram marketplace, which is their alternative landing platform to going to your website. So say I am looking to buy a product and I see an Instagram ad that's a new shirt. I can click on that and actually buy that product within Instagram from that company, and I don't have to exit that. So what that's great for is reducing your click-through rates. Click-through rates are essentially how many times the customer has to click for that transaction to go all the way through, and you'd have a sale. So if you can minimize click-through rates, you generally have higher success. So something to think about if this business model would fit with Instagram. And I'll continue on to LinkedIn. So why do companies use LinkedIn? LinkedIn is definitely more of the professional side of business. So it's great to connect with professionals and other companies within your industry. It's also a great way to find interns. I just had a meeting this week with a statistic analysis intern, and it looks like we're going to bring one more person onto our team. I really liked him, and I found him through LinkedIn. He just requested to connect with me, and I saw he was looking for an internship for data analysis. So I reached out, and yeah, that was a great way to facilitate that. You can also create an account, not just for yourself, but for your startup. So we have a Bridge LinkedIn page. And what's great about LinkedIn, similar to Facebook, you can actually have admins. So I don't have to be the only person to be able to access that account. I can actually have my interns post anything on our LinkedIn page. And so it makes working together a lot easier. It's not just reliant on one person and one login. Okay. So YouTube. YouTube is great for search engine optimization, or known as SEO. So essentially what SEO is it's keywords that direct customers to you. And this is important in my perspective in two major ways. So it's finding customers that already know about you that are trying to reach out to you. I'll use this in reference to us. So Bridge Networking, someone wants to find Bridge Networking. They type in Bridge, they type in Bridge Networking, they type in networking. How often are they going to be directed straight to us is very, very important, and that's what SEO does. Another way that's really important is getting customers that might not know about you and actually are discovering you for the first time. So maybe I want to look up like social networking or finding new people or getting connected with others. And so those are keywords that don't have our name in it, but still would hopefully be able to get them directed to us. So that's another huge, huge part of SEO, and that's kind of where YouTube comes into play. So YouTube is actually the second largest website after Google, and conveniently owned by Google, an Alphabet company. So YouTube is honestly like pretty much the second go-to for searching up companies, and you want to be able to be one of those companies that comes up and optimize yourself for that. So also something important to know is the amount that mobile is increasing. So this is really easy to see with YouTube because YouTube mobile ads have 84% more engagement than TV ads. So you can kind of start to realize that a lot of people are actually engaging on their phones. No one's really watching TV anymore and going through advertisements that way. YouTube is also super easy because you could just click on a link in a YouTube video or scan a QR code and easily access whatever platform is being presented to you. Yeah, YouTube is, I'll just give out some other metrics. YouTube is crazy because there's actually 1 billion hours of watch time posted every single day, which is mind boggling. You know, you could obviously never watch everything on YouTube in your entire life. And I believe that YouTube actually has more videos than the human race has been around time wise. So the demographic of it 90% of Americans 18 to 24 years old watch YouTube videos, and this reach is larger than any broadcasting or cable network, which is absolutely insane. So if your company's more kind of focused on content creation and getting like digital media out there through video, YouTube is definitely something that you want to look at. Okay, so the introduction of TikTok. I'm doing this because I've had a lot of questions of people being like, what is TikTok? Should I be using it? Do I need it for my business? And the answer is, I think yes. Overall, yes. I think that TikTok is really important and just more of an opportunity because it's gaining really, really fast momentum. So what's great about that is you can find more of a niche in it and grow that exponentially faster than you could in Instagram, in my opinion, just because of that high growth rate. So what it is a short video streaming and sharing app. Essentially, you can create, edit, and post small video clips that show up in a feed for users, and their metrics are insane. Their algorithms that they use is the biggest reason why Microsoft and Oracle and Walmart are trying to buy them, is because they have really, really good analytical data on their consumers, so they can target market super, super well. So something definitely to think about. They have over 300 million active users, and a lot of their users are actually really engaged. Like me personally, I've been just commenting on some videos, like telling people like, oh, you should check out Bridge if I see that they have like their phone number and email posted in their bio, but you can't click on it and like link it to anything. And I've been getting really, really good engagement and feedback from that. I actually have someone that downloaded our app that has over 1 million followers on TikTok. And I've talked to a few other people that have over 500,000. So that's been pretty good. Something to go off of that too is this whole new demographic of micro influencers. And so companies are starting to realize the importance not just of huge, massive influencers that have millions and millions of followers, but these micro influencers who are a lot smaller channels, but they have really high levels of engagement. And so they might just be someone with 10,000 followers, 7,000 followers. And the goal is not that they're reaching a ton of people, but they're reaching very specific people that are very engaged. And whatever that person kind of posts, their followers look at. And so these micro influencers are becoming a huge new industry and something that businesses should definitely focus on. I know that we personally are trying to reach out to these micro influencers and help them promote their brands more. So yeah, why use TikTok? You're focusing on localized content. You can partner and use young new influencers. It's easy cost. I mean, there's no cost essentially. And if you create a business account, TikTok will actually offer incentives. Like I think they give you $100 of ad credit and they will match you up to a specific amount. Right now, I know that's one of their limited time offers. And it's just a great way to reach a younger demographic and a more specific demographic. Okay, so I'll give you one more metric on TikTok. So TikTok against the world. This kind of graph gives you an idea of TikTok's growth rate. Like I was talking about, the reason why TikTok is a great platform to utilize is because of that high exponential growth rate. If you can see it comparing to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Snapchat, which some of them have seen some declines, like Snapchat and Facebook are actually going down, TikTok is going up. And it's absolutely crazy that it's surpassing these huge, huge companies. So moving on, where does Bridge come into play? Well, Bridge is an app that simplifies the exchange of your information and social media account. We have created a centralized platform where you can add all your social media in one place. The reason why I created this business is because I just wanted things to be simpler. I had an Instagram, a Snapchat, YouTube, Venmo, TikTok, SoundCloud, and I just didn't want to it was overwhelming, honestly. Like I'm one of those people that I don't want to deal with a lot of stuff and I hate when it's just unorganized. I kind of want it in one central place. So that's when I decided to found Bridge. I decided that I was tired of dealing with this, and I'm sure that other people also are just overwhelmed with all their social media accounts and want to be able to have it just more localized. So is Bridge for me? And I see that there's some comments. I can't pull those up directly because I'm screen sharing, but if you want to say anything right now, feel free to shout that out. Otherwise, I'm going to keep going.
I was just going to say those numbers are worldwide. So just be cautious because not everybody has product that can broach worldwide audiences, or language may be an issue. Like TikTok, their biggest numbers are from well, they've got billions of people in China. So that may also be part of what you're seeing there. So I love what you're doing. I'm just saying be cautious as to if you pick one of these that you understand their marketplace and where your reach is. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. To going off of what Ray said, yeah, the graph that I'm showing you is the US, and so it's not the world graph. So this is
Okay, good.
yeah, but that is very true, and that's also an advantage in if you do have a business that you want to promote into other countries and other cultures. TikTok is also a great platform for that. Obviously, I only have the United States metrics up here because that's the one that I wanted to focus on. But I think it's definitely something to look into. I know in India it grew really, really fast. Obviously, China.
Yeah,
So
it's
something to think about.
TikTok's biggest user base is China and India of all places. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you for making that point, Ray. So I'm gonna continue with, is Bridge for you? So why would you want to use Bridge? Well, it eliminates the search for usernames, phone numbers, emails, and more. Kind of like I was saying, that whole list of social media, I just would simplify into one central location. Bridge also allows instant connection. So we did this through using a QR code. Like you saw in the beginning of my presentation, that directly is the code on my Bridge account. I didn't specifically make that. It's not special. Every single user that signs up has that code. And so you can easily share that. You can scan it, you can put it on a presentation, print it out, put it on a sticker. I literally just ordered a pair of slip-on Vans that have the QR code printed on them because I thought it'd be a cool gimmick. And so, yeah, we're just trying to help you connect a lot easier. We can also give you a URL that you can forward to anyone, add at the bottom of your email chain. For me personally, like I have my QR code and my URL at the bottom of my signature for all my emails. So people can easily connect with me through that. And I don't have to create a specialized signature. Like I'm not sure if some of you have seen this, but some people have on the bottom, it has a Facebook icon, a Twitter icon, and so on and so forth. Well, this would all centralize that. So you're not just full of a bunch of different icons. It's just one central link. So it kind of streamlines that whole process and makes it a lot easier, especially with using Zoom a lot. I've just been pasting in my URL, especially for all my classes and group projects. And I'm able to connect with my classmates and start my teams just using that. We also offer location-based connections. So if you choose to share your location with Bridge, it's not going to appear on any map or anything. It's just going to organize a list of users based from the closest to farthest of you. So for those of you in the San Diego area that have Bridge, if I look on my Discover page, I'll be able to see who's the closest to me, like who I can connect to. So essentially why we did this is for networking events and social events. If I'm at a networking event and I want to connect with nearby people, I can kind of see who's in a mile radius of me. And they're most likely going to be people at that event. And it's an easy way for me to just kind of network them without having to use that QR code or use that URL. It just saves time. So what this is a great way to channel your customers to your platforms. You can have all those links and make it super accessible to anyone you want to. And the best part about all of it, it's free. So eventually we're going to start working on our business to business model. That'll be down the line. But for right now, we want to just be able to help as many people as possible. And so we want to be able to help, especially the student founders in the REC program, be able to create a Bridge account and be able to channel their customers and start growing their following. So before I get into how to use Bridge, is there any questions? And if anyone could read me some questions from the chat, if there are any, please do.
I think you're good, Isaac. I think that we can move forward. People are just excited to, to get to try this. So, yeah.
So we are on iOS only right now. We are, the way that we've coded it out, we should be able to be on Google Play pretty soon. But we're asking you guys to, if you want to download Bridge and if you want to start using it for yourself or your business by adding all your accounts in one place, scan this QR code on the screen. So you can just do this with just your iPhone camera. For those of you that haven't had to scan QR codes before, Apple has it built in to just the camera. It'll pop up at the very top and you just click that and it'll open it up in Safari. So feel free if you want to create an account. We're going to go through kind of the process and how to add all your links. So.
And let me ask you this though, really quickly, Isaac. So for those on the workshop that do not have the iOS capability right now, should they should they just follow along? There's not much they can do. They can't download it unless
Yeah.
they have an Apple device, right? Yeah. So
Excellent question, Tanya. Yeah, unfortunately, like I hate to limit people. We wanted to get to market kind of as quick as possible so we could get customer feedback and be able to transition. Like we didn't want to build out an iOS and Android and then have to go back and change things and then fix.
You were doing it absolutely right. Yeah. No, I mean, this is very. I mean, it's common.
Yeah, just bootstrapping to the absolute max.
Totally.
Yeah, if you don't have an iPhone, then feel free to follow along. But either way, you can still scan this code and connect with us on our social media, or just even reach out to me on LinkedIn and say, hey, like I want to use this for my business, but I'm on Android. Can you let me know when it's going to be available? And I'll send you a link once we get that posted.
Do you not have a website? Is this only an app?
We do have a website, but the easiest way to download and use everything is through this QR code. We kind of have optimized this for mobile specifically because of those metrics of mobile growing so much more than any other industry. We're focusing on mobile. We do have a website though. It's also will be posted.
So people manage and create their content, and I mean, what if it's copy heavy? I guess not a lot of social media is copy heavy, but so everything's kind of created, managed, and ran through our phone.
Yeah. So Bridge doesn't create or do anything for your content. It simply gives the link for your username. So like if you were to put like your Instagram username or your Snapchat username, Bridge just allows you to share that with people and not have to share both separately, just everything at one time. Does that kind of explain your question?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so if everyone's good here, scan the code, click download Bridge, and then click get on the App Store. So you'll be able to see it through the App Store. Feel free also if you don't want to download Bridge, like I'm not going to take any personal offense. Just if it's something that would help you and benefit you, like we would love to help. And that's as far as it for me. I'm going to pass this off to Mike pretty soon, and he'll kind of explain how to add those accounts so that there's no confusion. Does anyone have any questions about social media? It doesn't have to be about Bridge. You can ask, tell me about your business, and I can see if I can recommend some platforms to you or just anything.
I have another question. Is this kind of more for people who have different handles for every single thing? Because if you were just like pinkshoes.com is my business, you know, just look up pink shoes and you'll find me. Like,
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Are you sure? You can talk, Tanya.
I was just going to say, so I think it's Melissa asking the question, but you don't want to leave it for people to look anything up ever, especially when you're talking about a business. You don't want to say, look up pink shoes, for example, because what ends up happening is, I don't care how unique you think you are, there are other pink shoes out there that they're going to find and they're not going to get to the right place. So this gets them exactly to the right place.
Yeah, that's kind of exactly what I was trying to talk about in my last point, and maybe I didn't make that clear enough. So I'm talking about channel flow and directing your customers through your channels. This is what it is. And so you can kind of think of Bridge as like a freeway, and the destination is just your platforms. And so what road do you want to put your user on? And so it's a huge, let's just look at it like this. So it's like one on-ramp, and you get onto that on-ramp and you can choose whatever channel, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, but it's all going to be on your highway, and it's going to direct them exactly kind of where you want them to go.
Okay.
Does that kind of explain?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you were to think kind of back towards YouTube when I was talking about search engine optimization, this actually eliminates part of that need, because you're not taking a gamble on whether or not that user is going to find you or your competition. That user's directly going through your channel. So it kind of helps that. Is there any other questions?
And then you just use your QR code. You always have that available, like as probably on your screen background or something for other people to scan and be directed.
Yeah. Like here, I'll go back to my other slide. So for the instant connection, yes. So we offer the QR code that auto generates right when you create an account. Everyone has their own personalized QR code that will scan and it will work for you. We also have a URL, custom your name. So it's actually your username. And we put a lot of time in to make sure it doesn't just look like a spam. There's not like 9WX05Z No, it's bridgenet.app/your username. So it makes it look really clean. You can put it in, I have it in my Instagram bio. I just swapped that out for our App Store link, but normally I have it in my Instagram bio and all my other social media account bios. And so it's a lot easier to just post that, especially on Instagram where they only allow you to use one link. I use that one link as my bridge link. And then within my bridge link, I have my 9 other links. Does that kind of explain what you were asking about, Melissa?
Yes, it does.
Okay, perfect. All right, if there's not any other questions, I'm gonna pass it over to Mike.
I have a question really quick, Isaac.
Of course.
This is Haley. I'm watching your presentation on my phone. Is there a link that you could put in the chat, or is there something that I could do?
Yeah, of course. Because
Adriana got it.
Okay, cool. So you got it?
Okay, thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks, Adriana.
But amazing team, like unbelievably fast. Yeah.
Yes, awesome.
Okay, any other questions?
Isaac, if you want to turn video sharing back on, I can hop back in here.
Awesome.
Because it looks like I'm blocked out right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing. All right, thank you.
All right, gotcha. Great. Fantastic. All right, great. There we go. Awesome. So for anybody who has the app downloaded, I'm running a simulated iPhone in the background right here. So you'll actually be able to follow along in the sign up and setup process. So you'll be met with this screen right away. If you already have an account, obviously you can just sign in here. But for everyone who's new, you're going to hit sign up. For starters, I would add a profile picture. You can choose from your library or take a photo. I'll just pick a stock one. This is running a little bit slower because it is a simulated iPhone, but I think you'll get the idea pretty soon. From there, I'm just gonna create a fake account. So I'll just say Zoom example. And I'll just say Zoom at example.com. And username, I'm just going to say, again, Zoom example. And password, type in anything. It needs to be 6 digits or longer. I would recommend making it longer, but for ease of use, I'll just do it like this. Hit next, and it'll transition us into the next phase, kind of telling you more about Bridge and how that all works, kind of the idea behind it. We also have a privacy policy. You can link to that here. Once you've read through it and you understand it, just hit the check mark there. And once that's all set, you can start to add your accounts. So we've actually made it really, really easy to find your accounts. For example, in Facebook, if you just go through these steps here, you'll be able to copy your link and then paste it up here. For right now, I'm just going to link mine just for the sake of example. You can see that there's a pretty wide array of different networks that you can add here. I think for a personal link, you can just add any link that you really want to. In this case, I'll just go to google.com. Great. And then once that's all set, you can hit next and you are all set. From there, you can, so the first time that you sign in, you'll be taken to the Discover page, where you'll basically be seeing everybody who has the app so far in alphabetical order. As we start to gain more users, we will limit this just to for the sake of bandwidth. But for right now, if you actually refresh here, in just a moment, it'll actually sort by distance. So it'll tell you who's nearby. For example, I can look up me. Let's see here. Unless we're already friends. There I am, great. So this is my account right here. And you can see all of my different links and I can just hit add friend. And now if I go home and just do a quick refresh, there I am. So now as you add more friends, add more contacts to your friends list, you're able to actually see them when you come back time and time again. So this will be using your location, as I'm sure that you gathered from the distance metric. Some people aren't quite comfortable with that, which is totally cool. We understand that. So in the upper right corner, you have your settings button where you can turn on the ghost mode. So that will make it look like you're floating out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, so you're pretty much invisible to the rest of the public. Next up, again, what's pretty cool now is you can actually share your link with the world if you really want to. So I can message it to anybody, although I don't think that'll load in the simulator, but by sharing here, it'll copy the link to your web account. So everybody's Bridge profile is mirrored on the web, which makes it super easy to share with anybody who might not have the actual app yet. And then finally, there's a scan feature, which won't be working here, but this actually shows you your QR code. So anybody can scan this and be taken again to the website of the app. From there, I'll look at the chat and see if there's any questions that I can respond to. And if anybody has any questions so far, feel free to chime in.
I'm gonna chime in really quick, Mike. Going back to that QR code. So if you, so this was auto-generated. Like right when you create an account, we create a custom QR code that's specific to you. So if you scanned Mike's QR code right now, you would access that fake account that he just made. It's in real time, so that actually does work, and everyone will have that. Right now, we're gonna add a feature so that you can eventually save that and forward it to other things. But for right now, you can easily screenshot that and just post it wherever you want. Like I screenshotted it, made it a little bit smaller, and then started posting that on all my stuff and created stickers and business cards for myself just using this.
Yeah, exactly. And at any time, if you want to see our account for Bridge, just hit the logo right up here and it'll take you to our account where you can see all of our updates on our different social network accounts. And again, if you look at your contacts and hit the little button up here, that'll actually show you their QR code also and let you share their link. That will be limited in the future as we add more privacy settings. So if you don't want that shared to the public, again, that will be totally up to you. For right now, this is mostly gauged towards stuff that you really want public facing to everybody. Any other questions?
Exactly as Mike said, if you're not comfortable with putting some stuff out there, don't include it on this. We're only really pushing for this for you to grow your following and gain more followers and gain more customers, or just followers on Instagram or wherever you might be. Yeah, if you're worried about sensitive information, don't put it on here because it's made to create more followers.
Hey, Isaac and Mike, it's Craig here, mate. Question for you. When I go into the app and I go under my profile, I can see all the things I've added, Twitter, LinkedIn, phone, email, etc. Is there any way for me to create a QR code that's just for my professional social media accounts versus my personal? So that way I can, if I meet Tanya, for example, I want to share with her, my LinkedIn and maybe my Twitter. Isaac, when I meet with you, maybe I want to push you my YouTube or my Facebook page and my email, etc. So is there a way to kind of bifurcate that?
Yeah, I'll talk about that because that's an amazing point, Craig. That's actually perfect. So Bridge, like I said, it's free. So we're running a freemium model. So for just the average person, we have it to 7 accounts. You can add up to 7 accounts. And then beyond that, if you want to have a bunch of accounts, you're using this, like Craig said, for professional and personal use, and you want to only share maybe your professional profile. I meet Craig at a networking event, just want to give him my LinkedIn and my email and my website, but I do not want to give him my Snapchat or my Instagram. So our premium model is most likely going to be around $199 a month, and we're going to offer a dual profile. So you're going to have both a personal and a professional profile, and you can choose whether or not the friends that you have are going to be able to see your professional side or your personal side or both. So does that kind of answer your question, Craig?
Yeah, no, it does, Isaac, because I appreciate I can share all of this, but as I'm probably, without knowing everyone's age on this phone, I'm probably one of the oldest people here. So I'm looking at how do I separate my personal to my professional. So yeah, it sounds like that premium be what I'd want, so I can actually push to my friends the stuff I want them to see, but keep my professional stuff completely firewalled and separate.
Yeah, exactly. And so for people like you, I know Craig. So for people like Craig, he would definitely, if he's using this, he'd probably want the premium version because he's a CEO of a cybersecurity company, and he's probably not wanting to share every account he has. Maybe he goes out and sees his friends and want to share his like personal Instagram and all of his personal things to him, his personal email, but doesn't want to use that for networking if he's going to any events or meetings. So yeah, Craig, a person like you would be our ideal customer for that specific thing. As of right now, we're just offering the one account for free to anyone, but that's going to be our next step. And I think I can bring it back to Mike. And yeah, Mike, it looks like you're doing that right now. Can you please tell everyone what you're doing?
Of course, yeah. So once you've added your accounts, so if you want to add a new one, take some off. There's two ways actually. The first way is if you head to your profile and hit add/remove. I can say go into Instagram, right? And again, it'll tell you how to find the links. In this case, you can just use your username. So for example, I'll just say Zoom. I don't know where that'll actually take you, but that's fine for now. Hit the check mark and then just hit done. From there, it'll automatically add to your profile. On the flip side, if you're in the settings, you can also access it through there. So again, you can add and take away as much or as little as you want to. So, well, up to 7 accounts for now. If you're a premium user, which we will be offering in the very near future, you will be able to add as many accounts as you want to.
Please
so
also the personal link.
Sorry?
Can you show
Say it
them?
again? Yep, yeah, of course. So if I hit share here, right, we get a link that I can copy. And if I head into, say, Safari, I can actually, sorry?
Sorry, that's not what I meant. Where it says personal link in your profile, showing them that you can actually create custom links and name them whatever you want, and also be able to colorize it however you want.
Exactly. Yeah. So if I hit add/remove, maybe I want to go to, I don't know, maybe I'm a game developer and I want to take you to cursors.io, right? Now I can also pick a color for that button. So I might say, ooh, orange would look really good here. Whenever orange is somewhere around here. There we go. Beautiful. Done. And looks like we are running in a simulator, so it is running a little bit slower. But now we have a personal link that will actually take you right to that page. It doesn't seem to be loading right now, but I think that's just the website.
And Mike, if I want to say something like, this is my gamer page or anything like that.
Of course, exactly. So as you scroll down, right, you can also change the name of the actual link. So in this case, I can just say my new game, right? And if I hit done, go back in again, there it is, updated for everyone to see. So that'll be super clear. I know that some people can use that as kind of a prank. I know that one guy, a friend of mine, his personal link is just the link to the Rick Astley video, which is pretty funny. But so yeah, let me think. Any other questions?
I have a question about the personal link. Can you put more than one, or is just one per?
It's a great question. So for now, as a free user, you'll only really be getting one. However, in the future with a premium account, you can add as many as you want to.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you.
Of course. Anybody else?
So how much is cost of the premium?
It's a great question.
If I want to be a premium user,
Yeah, so the premium account, that option isn't out yet. We're working on that. So that'll be out in version 1.1. When that comes out, it'll be probably $1.99 per month, which will open up a lot of options. Ads are gone. You can add as many accounts as you want to, and as well as what Craig mentioned, we'll be able to add 2 separate accounts, one for business and one for personal. So it'll open up a lot more options to you, but again, that takes quite a lot of work. So we'll be working up to that in the next couple of months.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I'll just add on to that, just as a safety clause. We don't know if we're going to be able to do 199, but that's our goal. I'm sure from like a business plan perspective, if we had some like major investors, they would probably be upset with us for offering it for 299, because that's relatively cheap. That's in the ballpark of Apple asking you to pay for cloud storage, which is nothing to them. So we're going to try to make it as feasible as physically possible to make that amount as minimal as possible.
Yeah, thank you, Isaac. Any other questions? If not, I can pass it back off to Isaac.
Okay, here's probably where I would just say if there are any questions for me. But thank you guys so much for coming out. I hope Bridge is able to help you. Please do not feel obligated to use this. We won't make any money by getting any of you on it. Like, it's not like we get money every time someone joins. It doesn't work that way. We're just trying to build an initial base of people and see how people are using it and how they're liking it and what they're not liking. And so hopefully we're able to help you. And if there's some way that we're not helping you and there's a problem, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to throw my Bridge link in the chat right now.
Thank you.
I'm on literally anything, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. All my socials on there. I'm comfortable sharing that with people. So please reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much for all of this, Isaac and Mike and everyone on the Bridge team. We really appreciate you coming here today to help everybody get set up with this, and we appreciate all that you're doing. And I do want to remind everyone that, you know, it's so important as an entrepreneur to connect and to network. And you've heard me say your network is your net worth, and that's absolutely true. And so thank you for helping us to all build out our networks and to be better entrepreneurs.
Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, thank you for having me. This was a great opportunity. I really wanted to give this workshop, not really just for Bridge, is I see so many startups that I've been working with their social media all over the place. I'm like, I want to help you. Like, this is why I created this company, is I just want to help you consolidate that into one location. So you're not every time typing all this stuff in and frantically finding all your links.
I remember, you know, I know how much this means to you, because I remember when you were back in the class, in the first Entrepreneurship Ever class with me, and it was back then that you were talking about this and you were defending it. You know, I couldn't see it then exactly, and I kept asking you to explain to me exactly what it was that you wanted to do, and you had a clear vision, and it's wonderful. I love seeing this vision come to fruition and reality, and it makes me just really excited.
It's really funny to hear that. Yeah, when I first told Tanya this idea when I had her class, she was not understanding it, and also she's like, so it's like LinkedIn, and I'm like, no, it's everything. It's all your social media in one place. But yeah, now that we've actually been building out the idea and I've learned how to kind of pitch it and arrange it, it's been a beautiful thing. And thank you so much for helping us and the Rec Incubator. It's been an amazing program, and we wouldn't be where we are today. We wouldn't have Enzo, we wouldn't have Adriana. So thank you so much for giving us this opportunity.
Oh, of course. Thanks so much, Isaac. So I wanted to also remind everybody in the audience that there's a survey link that Enzo just put in the chat, and we'd love it if you could give your feedback, and I'll share that with you, Mike, Isaac, your whole team. And yeah, this is great. Thank you all. I just want to remind all the student founders at the Rec, we are having a workshop for the G2 students at 3 p.m. So make sure to sign up and to attend for that. And everybody else, I'll see you in the next workshop, in the next class, and around. And we're here if you have questions for the next 10, 15 minutes. So thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thanks, guys.
You're free to